I know that's not politically correct to say, but let's not kid ourselves. Everyone has had a moment where they wanted to kill a child or parent. And that's going to be the intro.
And whose team is this? Is this your team? Or is this your daddy's team?
Thanks for listening to Dad Mode Podcast. Common sense parenting in a politically correct world. Here's your host, Andy Carlson.
Welcome back to the Dad Mode Podcast, Common Sense Parenting in a Politically Correct World. I'm your host, Andy Carlson, at Andy Carlson Show on the Twitter machine. I'm not a father, and I have no idea what I'm doing, but you don't either there, Jimbo, so let's try and learn something together today. The website is dadmodepod.com, Twitter at dadmodepod, or just use the hashtag dadmode. Joining me again today is Uncle Nick on Twitter at Nickerson. Hey.
Hey, Andy, how's it going?
Yeah, I realize that on the various podcasts I do when I have guests on, whether I'm just talking to you on here, or guests on here, or guests on Purple for the Win, dedicated to the pain and pleasure that is the Minnesota Vikings, purpleftw.com. The guest always asks how I'm doing, except I never answer. I always just plow into whatever we're starting with, and that's kind of rude.
Well, I mean,
although it's what am I supposed to say? Good. Or it's been a long stretch.
Well, I mean, I could complain to you about my day, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna nonchalantly say, "Oh, I'm doing fine," you know. But well, I mean, people should believe that we're in the same room together, recording, you know, our podcast, because it's obviously, you know, how most podcasts work. That
Nick,
we're together.
If we were in the same room, I wouldn't care how you're doing either.
Whoa!
Whoa!
All
right,
bitch.
Speaking of the same room. All right, so. Well, I don't really have a smooth segue, but the wife took little Muggsy baby, to the Minnesota State Zoo on Tuesday, I want to say. Yeah. And the wife is a huge zoo nerd. She likes the lemurs. She likes the sloths. I self-identify as a sloth and everything like that. And she wants to get the little baby into the zoo. So we got a year-long membership and yada yada, so we can go to the zoo whenever we want. Whenever we damn well please, and free parking, baby. And I was just thinking about taking the baby into public places. I know we've done one about kids at the state fair before, but now I just want to do this, a general one from like my perspective of taking the kid out in public so far. Because we are, well, actually by the time this posts, we did take the little baby to the Renaissance Fair, Minnesota Renaissance Fair, on Sunday morning, and you know, hopefully she fared well in the crowd.
Oh yeah, that'd be interesting.
Now, I feel like babies at her age, which is just over 3 months, are really easy to take care of because you know you just put them in the stroller and then you strap over like the flaps that don't let the sun in, so it's basically like they're in a cocoon of like, I don't know, like canvas cloth, and that's fine. Then they just sleep. Like Muggsy's a great walk sleeper.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, with the car rides.
Oh, definitely with the car rides. Yeah, I think she's any type of movement kind of just like puts her to sleep.
Oh, nice.
See, that's why I'm hopeful that when we have to travel with her on a plane, that we'll be in good shape. Although, you know, she could be older that time. She could be in the terrible twos. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, yeah, down the road. I don't know. They cabin pressure changed. They probably were like, what's this weird feeling in my ears? Ah! And then fucking panic.
Yeah, like the kids on the plane episode last Wednesday. I'm tired of these mother kids on this mother plane.
Exactly.
That should be a movie.
I feel like it has been.
Yeah. But overall, I'm not too worried about her acting up because if she just cries, we'll give her a bottle or a nookie, or the wife will give her the and we'll the whole thing that I'm I want to talk about is the packing and the gear and the getting ready. It's almost like you're in Independence, Missouri, and you're getting ready to go on the Oregon Trail every time you make a trip, like even to Target.
Oh yeah, no. I see a lot of my relatives when they get ready. I mean, like dads have baby purses, the diaper bag. It's full of they pack for Nam, man. It's you gotta be prepared. Anything could happen to kids. Even though I do feel like every once in a while something happens that they're not prepared for, and then they bitch and complain. The mom and dad bitch and complain to themselves like, how could we have forgotten that? Oh my god, we should have expected an airplane would crash over here and so. We should have.
Oh no, it's like the movie Black Hawk Down, because when they're getting ready to go into Mogadishu, there's a scene where the guy takes out his bulletproof backplate because he's like, we're going to be in and out. We're not going to need this. And then another guy's filling his canteen, and then he's like, we're going to be in and out. You don't need that. And then it's foreshadowing because later on in the movie, the dude gets shot in the back. And then also they're out there just like dying of thirst because they're out there for an entire day. That is parenting.
Parenting is just like Black Hawk Down. I will get a t-shirt like that.
Yeah, no, but as of right now, I haven't really gotten too much in the prep work as the wife is really phenomenal at that. We always have the diaper bag with the diapers and the wipes and the changing pad and the water for the formula and all the other crap. And then also we're joining the stroller mafia or the stroller tank brigade. Except I've seen the wife push the stroller, and well, I wasn't with that at the zoo, but I hope she abided by common courtesy instead of parents who think, especially the parents of like the 2 or 3 kid strollers, like, hey, I can go whatever I want. This is like a V8. Get the hell out of my way. And it's like they're driving through zombies, like in Zombieland.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, like most parents with strollers are complete assholes, and they think that the rules don't apply to them just because they got the kids. We've been through this. They're like the whole, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. They're sipping on their iced macchiato.
My iced macchiato. Something I want to compare it to is people at a grocery store in their carts who don't understand cart courtesy, where if you're trying to go through a lane and a woman has her cart diagonally taking up the whole effing lane while she's choosing which pasta to grab, and I'm like, dude, pick a pasta, just move your cart to the side or leave it out of the aisle, and then pick and then go back. You should know what you're getting. I'm through a grocery store in and out in 20 minutes. It'd be 15 if these parents wouldn't take fucking forever.
Also, the sidebar is if you are in an aisle and you're looking at an item on the left side and you have your cart on the right side, that should be a deportable offense. Like, you should be sent not even to a nice country, like Pakistan, northern Pakistan. First
offense is a warning. Second one, you're deported.
Seriously, you just put your cart on the same side of the aisle that you're looking at. It's not that hard.
Well, yeah,
also, Target aisle should be a lot wider as it is.
For all the fat people in their carts.
No, like for real, like especially in the pharmacy, they're all like single lanes.
Oh yeah, the pharmacy definitely. I totally agree with that.
Anyways, what were we talking about? Oh, all right. So kids in public, and when you're at the store or if you're at the fair or Renaissance Festival or a ball game, what have you seen? Like parents either being overprepared, underprepared, kids acting out. What?
You know what? The thing, like, okay, so I was off today because I called in sick because I felt like garbage. I went to Target this morning when a majority of people who have a 9-to-5 job, aren't at a Target, and you're assuming it'd be nice and quiet. The thing you hear when you think about the thing about kids is you hear them first, hear before you see them. You can hear screaming right when you walk into a Target, so you know where there's trouble. And in my experience, it's always at the cash out. Always when they're trying to leave. Either the kids want something they see right in front, maybe a candy or something, or there was a toy that the parents didn't pick up for them. I feel like they always scream at the register.
Well, what did your parents ever do with you? Like, did they ever bargain with you, or since you were the spoiled kid, did they just be like, all right, grab it?
All right, grab it.
Give me some scratch tickets, too.
I feel like we bargain at something at home, like you'll be able to play later at home or something, but I typically never got what I wanted or something, and I don't think I've ever made a scene. Then again, I blew it out most of my childhood, so I'm pretty confident I didn't get what I wanted, and I think I don't know, I probably have ADD though, and they probably distracted me with something else, like, hey, look at this, ooh, and then I forgot all about it.
See, I think I'm gonna strike up a deal with Muggsy and like the future kids, where like if you're good, you can pick out one item, and if it's early in the trip, you can pick up that one item, and if you're bad, we put that item back. Yeah, quid pro quo.
Ah.
Yeah. Also, the thing that drives me nuts is the parents who, polar ends of the spectrum, where they either completely ignore their kids, like screaming or running around terrorizing people, or are like yelling like at the top of their lungs for the kid to shut up, and the kids is just completely ignoring and tuning their out, and like the mom or the dad is at their wits end, usually the mom, and yeah, that looks bad. About like I have a thing, like I'm never gonna yell at my kids in public. Like it's always gonna be you just wait till we get home, and that should strike fear in the heart. Not so much because when we get the kid home, I'm gonna beat the hell out of you like Adrian Peterson. But it's gonna be more like we have that option. It's on the table in the back of their mind, and she'll never listen to this while she's of that age, or the kids won't either. But definitely not going that far. And we'll have a spanking episode. I do believe in spanking, but not like.
Not AP
belts.
style?
Not like belts or grab your own switch, even though that's still acceptable in certain parts of the country and people of a certain age. But the threat of that in the back of the mind, where the kid's like, I'm throwing a tantrum in the store. There's a 0.17% chance that Daddy just might go off the handle, and that'd be bad. So maybe I'm just gonna stay calm and act right. Or just leave the store. If the kid doesn't calm down, just leave the store.
I think that's what our buddy Brent always said. I think like if the kids ever, him and his brother or sister ever got seen, like you just drop everything and you leave the store. I hear a lot of people do that. I think that's a very appropriate response to kids.
And plus, if someone comes along your cart and you got 30 items in there, and they look down, it's like, this is literally everything on my list. Jackpot.
Yes, let's think about the other parents. They're like, score like the college students, and they're like, yes, we don't have kids. We can do this. We can take this cart.
Also, people who leave the store, that they loaded up on ice cream. They shop backwards. They got all of the frozen and dairy first, like jackasses.
You were talking earlier about the making bargaining with the kids. We're like, oh, if you're good, you guys can get one item. There's a point, I think, where that could backfire, where that means every time you go out, they're always going to expect something. And I don't want to buy them everything every time I go out.
Well, I feel like at the grocery store, that's fine, because there's usually enough like small items where it's not going to break the bank, and it can be seen as a treat. But if you're going out to Target or God forbid Toys R Us for some reason. Well, I guess if you're going to Toys R Us, you're going there for a specific reason. And sorry, Muggsy is crying in the background, but she is with the wife, and I'm not ignoring her, as a good podcasting parent would. Not.
That's fine.
Yeah. But I think the one item thing, especially at the grocery store, is fine, and maybe not candy, because I feel like that's what the kid will always go for, especially in the checkout line. The candy. It would be how about just a really nice nectarine?
Yeah, I'm sure kids love chewing up nice nectarine.
Well, you never know. There are weird kids, and who knows? Maybe the nectarine industry will step up their advertising game.
I did read an article about Target this afternoon about they're definitely promoting healthier eating and stuff, and they're going to limit the candy things at the end of the aisle and to promote like Nutri-Grain, but healthier alternatives up front. I think we're in the right direction. That's not too bad. But it's hard to be candy though. I'm sure we're gonna have to do a podcast about candy episode someday soon.
Well, I love that candy like Skittles promotes himself as a fat-free food.
Really? Yeah,
where it's like, well, yeah, because it's all sugar. There's no fat in it. But congratulations. It's like saying like a fat girl on a dating website says, "I have good credit."
Have a great smile.
Or it's like, woohoo, She's really funny. Oh no, what is that? Is that Arrested Development where Michael Cera's girlfriend she's just like this middle school girl is like, and then everyone's like, is she funny?
Yeah. Well, because they thought her look was so plain or something. Like it wasn't even like her being fat or anything. It was just like a plain girl. Like, oh, that's Anne. I'm like, they're like, really? You sure? She's fun.
Now, as far as I don't know, like it in festivals, you know, because if we go to Renaissance Fair, tickets are, what was it, like $15, $20,
I think so,
something like that. And if the kid starts like absolutely melting down in a spot like that, where say you just got into the festival and you're like, man, I don't know. Do we just push on? Hopefully she shuts up, or do we really leave and just burn this money?
I mean, like, God, is your kid having full blown meltdown that nothing will? I mean, there's like a line. I think I'm sure there should be a chart somewhere, like the annoyance of the kid, where like if they reach this high of annoyance, then we should leave. Or
I feel like if you're at the point where you're impeding upon other people's good time, then you should go.
Okay.
Yeah, but if it's just a mild passing annoyance, like if you're walking by a screaming kid, you're like, oh, it's a screaming kid, and they leave. But say you're sat at Puke and Snot or whatever the show is there, and then the kid's screaming in like the middle row, and then like everyone around him can't hear Puke make fun of Snot or Snot make fun of Puke, and then those are two characters at the Renaissance Fair, by the way, for people who didn't know. Then it's time to go, because then you're harshing people's mellow.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with that. It's so hard to, you don't want to ruin other people's time. I mean, you gotta think about yourself, and everything. So.
Yeah, and we just had Nick Hauser on last Wednesday talking about kids on the plane, and you've flown a lot, mostly to Vegas. Have you ever encountered a crying baby on a plane situation?
It's usually takeoff or landing. Otherwise, I honestly have been pretty fortunate. I haven't had any meltdown kids during like a long duration or trip. I have read a lot of good memes and internet stories about how like newborn parents of a newborn like giving out candies and earplugs to people on planes. Like, sorry, this is our kid's first time. Hope these airplanes and treats or something calm me down in case the kid's okay. So I mean, it's travel. I just can't imagine.
I went off a little bit on that episode because I always think that that's kind of cute, but also a complete dick move, because then it's like, oh, this is so cute, and then the parent subconsciously thinks this is my free ticket not to rein in my kid if he starts screaming, because hell, hey, I gave these people 2 Starbursts and some earplugs and a cute note. Yeah. Get out of jail free card.
It depends what kind of Starbursts they are. If they're not giving, if you get 2 yellow ones, I'm gonna be like, nah, they don't get a break. I want at least 1 pink one. Heaven forbid 1 pink one at least.
Also, what kind of world do you accept candy from strangers in a Ziploc bag? A little note from a 6-month-old where it's like a paragraph in a poem. It's like, you didn't write this, kid. You had a ghostwriter. I call BS on Braden writing this little note.
Or Jaden or Caden.
Yeah. And this ain't his first time flying. I saw him in the Delta Sky Lounge. Yeah.
Hitting on some waitresses beforehand.
He was getting a little handsy, that Braden.
Yeah. As I said, I mean, I haven't had too many issues with any kids, I think, outdoors or at all. We had that one episode with State Fair. I told you about the mom where the kid was being loud and screaming in the stroller. She just kind of went up and tried to use that mouth as an effing cork in front of the kid's face. That made me laugh. That was an interesting way of trying to make a kid quiet. Actually physically forcing their hands over the kid's mouth while they walk.
Have you ever encountered a spot where you just wanted to smack a kid in public?
No.
Lies. Come on, Nick.
I don't know. Put me on the spot. I don't.
Everyone has a moment where they just want to murder the kid or the parents. And that's not, I know that's not politically correct to say, but let's not kid ourselves. Everyone has had a moment where they want to kill a child or parent. And that's going to be the intro.
I couldn't give you a specific example. I'm too mellow or laid back.
Well, I was in a diner in Maine, and these parents wouldn't shut their kid up or feed her some pancakes. And so the diner owner was like, no, this stops now. And then I applauded the diner owner, and I gave her 100% tip.
Oh, sounds like an interesting story. We should do a podcast on it.
And then I curb stomped the dad outside. We jumped him. me and 6 49ers fans. Took him out. Taught him a lesson. He ain't gonna have any more kids. All right, so let's bring this home. Tell a friend about the show because you can get awesome and great insight and quasi-funny, quasi-too-soon jokes like that last one, San Francisco. Yeah.
Too soon.
Awesome. Just by tell a friend, tell a coworker, tell a lover, tell a mistress, tell your second mistress, tell your third mistress, tell your mistress, tell your hairdresser. I don't care. Just tell them about the Dad Mode podcast because it's not one of the overly preachy, over the top. This is exactly how I do it. And we every time we fly, we send out little Ziploc bags with notes and Starbursts to say, our kid's going to cry. You can't say anything about it because we're cute. Shut up. Yeah, this ain't that. Also, support us on Amazon. dadmodepod.com, top left corner. Click through our Amazon banner. It'll take you there through our link, bookmark that, and just buy all of your stuff through Amazon that you're going to buy anyway. Everyone shops at Amazon, even if they treat their corporate employees very shabbily. I don't care. Prices are low. Just go through it and not think about the human loss and all of that other stuff. Nick, what's the next thing you're going to buy on Amazon?
Wait, did you say human loss?
No, not loss, but yeah. I mean.
I was looking up bedding, so I'm trying to buy new soft pillowcases. I'm an adult now. I'm thinking of getting some 600, maybe up to 800 thread count pillowcases. Prices aren't too shabby online.
It's weird. It's everyone talks about thread count, except you could give a person 1,000 thread count sheet and a 300 thread count sheet, and they couldn't tell the difference because it's all about the quality of the cotton.
So you think that Egyptian cotton is a better one, or what's the best quality cotton?
Egyptian 600 count.
Egyptian 600. All right, I will look into that.
Actually, no. You should buy whatever's the most expensive through our Amazon link.
Oh, okay, I'll do what you say.
So 2,000 alpaca hair sheets.
Alpaca. Oh, made from like dodo bird.
And you're gonna need 9 of them because the winter is coming.
I do sleep with 7 pillows, so yeah.
By the way, Game of Thrones sucks.
Whoa!
That's all. Show's available on iTunes. Follow us on Twitter at DadModePod or me at Andy Carlson Show. Nick's at Nick is Son and is shocked right now. Website is dadmodepod.com. But we're gone. Be a man, be a father, and go dad mode. And we'll see you next time. GOT does suck.
Whoa!
Think the episode you just heard is worth $1? Well, send it our way. Visit dadmodepod.com/support to find out how. Be a man, be a father. Go Dad Mode. The music is created and produced by Deeb. To hear more of his tracks, visit soundcloud.com/Deeb.